Whenever you see her, you can ask her to buy some tickets. The 50-50 will be announced at the halftime of the Shenanigans versus Dow Jones game, approximately at 3 p.m.
An additional reminder that if you need to use the bathroom while games are running, please exit the building, and on the far wall you will see some porta potties to be used for bathroom purposes.
And there's pre-sale pizza tickets being sold between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. The pizza will arrive at 4 o'clock, and it's $3 a slice. And if you buy two, it's $5 a slice, or 5 for 2.
Also, after the 3 games today, we'll be having an after party at Gunner's Run. Proceeds from all sales at Gunner's Run from the after party will go to the Penn Jersey Hooligans.
HBM Marketing Communications, proficiency in working with today's evolving dynamic media and synergistic understanding of business-to-business, consumer, and healthcare marketing are just the starting points of what HBM has to offer their clients. Visit their website at hbmadv.com, located at 520 South Front Street in Philadelphia, PA 19147.
An additional sponsor for PJRD is Gino Steaks. Try their Steak Milano, cheesesteak with fried tomatoes and oregano. Gino's is open 24/7 at 1219 South 9th Street in Philadelphia.
Gray Lodge Pub has great beer and great food and great people in the great Northeast. They are located at 6235 Frankfurt Avenue in Philadelphia.
Also, 808 Roller Skates. 808 Roller Skate is an independent skate shop owned and operated by the Hijinks, David Holm of Jersey Boys Roller Derby and Team Finland Men's Roller Derby. 808 Roller Skate has been in business since 2010, serving local and national skaters in person and via their website. Visit them today at www.808rollerskate.com.
All right, and check out the merch counter for Penn Jersey Roller Derby gear, ranging from stickers to sunglasses to T-shirts. Hooligans and She-Devil merchandise is now available. And at the after party at Gunner's Run, they're a brick-walled bar with pub grub, craft beers, cocktails made with house-made infusions, and a courtyard located in the piazza. Vegetarians and vegans can accompany their meat-eating friends to this casual spot named for the natural creek that originally bordered the neighborhood.
We're about 10 minutes before the first bout of this event starts. We've got New York Stock Exchange versus Portland Men's Roller Derby, also known as the Bridgetown Menace.
Yeah, at 12 o'clock, we will do the national anthem. Right after that, we will introduce the first two teams playing in the first game. And I just want to inform everybody, if you're not aware, that we are being streamed when this begins. So please be on the best behavior, if that is possibly a thing that can happen. Thank you very much.
All right, just another minute left before national anthem and introductions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the national anthem sung by Beer Kitty Kitty?
Flags in the back. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Beer Kitty Kitty. All right, Bridgetown Menace is number 103, Loose Wheel. Number 12 is Tommy Gunn. Number 17 is Austin. Number 216, and the captain, Jukes Block Hero. Number 26 is Jensen. Number 31 is Ramrod. Number 33 is Scott Free. Number 357 is Demolition Man. Number 5 is El Dorado. Number 512 is Cosmo Damage. Number 69 is Don Juan the Devastate. Number 82 is Munster. Number 85 is Shreddy Mercury. Number 99 is Defensive Destroyer. Their bench coaches are Captain Obvious and Quigley. That is the Bridgetown Menace.
Up as well is the New York Shock Exchange. Number 0, Sammy Dangerfield. Number 10, Wolverine. Number 125, Malcolm Sex. Number 14, Marlon Brando. Number 1983, I Don't Care Bear. Number 20, Abe Drinkin. Number 311, Automatic. Number 35, B. Schurz. Number 42, Jeffrey. Number 6, Jonathan R. Number 65, Paul Funyon. Number 8, Harm's Way. Number 87, Stankins. Number 9, Kembo Slice, with coaches Dolce Beta and Point and Shoot.
Number 82, Munster. 4, Bridgetown Menace is Lee Jammer.
Harm's Way coming around, and the jam is called off.
He was jamming against Harm's Way, number 8. Nice walls by both teams. Shock Exchange keeping number 85, Shreddy Mercury is lead jammer for Bridgetown Menace. Bridgetown Menace knocking some blockers out of the way to help their jammer get through. Four points picked up by Bridgetown Menace. Some track repair being done during this official timeout. Merchandise located behind the announcer's booth where you can get cups and shirts, or glasses. And there's ice cream also. And I also see some pretzels being sold for $1. And there's chips and Skittles and all the good stuff that you want to eat. Yes, pizza pre-sale from 12 to 3. Pizza will get here at 4 o'clock. $3 for a slice. 2 for $5. $12-3 for the pre-sale of pizza.
And 4-0 for the score. All right, we're back to the action. Up on the line is Don Juan for Bridgetown, up against Stankus for Shock Exchange.
Both teams have 3 blockers on the track. And Don Juan, the Devastate, is lead jammer for Bridgetown.
Looks like Defensive Destroyer getting a clockwise block. Don Juan coming around for 4 points.
Stankus making his way through the pack, is able to get past the last Bridgetown. Oh, and Don Juan gets caught with a cut track after getting knocked out of bounds, jumped in front of the pack and is sent to the penalty box, giving Stankus the power jam. Loose wheel sent to the penalty box.
Stankus toe stopping on that outside line, coming around for their 5 points.
Bridgetown Menace keeping a solid pack in the middle of the track, knocking Stankus out of bounds. Stankus now gets called for a cut track. Number 12, Tommy Gunn, knocks Stankus out of bounds.
Don Juan jockeying on that outside line.
That was I Don't Care Bear, and Be Sure is working on Don Juan. Don Juan picked up 5 points on that last pass.
That's a 13-point jam for Portland men and 8 for Shock Exchange. Sorry, that was the score.
It's 13-8, Bridgetown Menace in the lead. The last jam was 9-8 in Bridgetown's favor. Nice job by Bridgetown, compressing the pack on the inside so Shreddy Mercury can get through the pack for lead. Shock Exchange keeping Shreddy Mercury from getting through the pack. Malcolm Sex with a nice hit, knocking Shreddy Mercury out of bounds. That was a 4-0 jam for Bridgetown Menace.
Next up on the line is Harm's Way up against
number 82, Munster, doing a great job of forcing the shock exchange out of his way.
Harm's Way quickly eclipsing him. Munster telling the pack to split up.
Pack was racing around the track just before Munster calls the jam. 0 points for either jammer.
A good strategic move by Munster. Kembo Slice taking the outside line and getting lead jammer.
Eldorado jamming for Bridgetown. Eldorado passed the star to number 512, Cosmo Damage, and Cosmo Damage gets a back block, which sends him to the penalty box, giving Shock Exchange the power jam. Kembo Slice recycled, has to get to the back of the pack, gets through, picks up 5 points for Shock.
Kembo getting the no pass, no penalty for 4 more points for Shock Exchange. Cosmo getting knocked to the inside and recycled back.
Cosmo Damage. Great job against Shock. Did get through the pack after being in a penalty box. That was a 17-0 run by Shock, giving them the lead at 25-18.
Next up on the line is Don Juan and Jonathan R.
Number 69, Don Juan, the Devastate, out for Bridgetown. B. Schurz knocks Don Juan out of bounds, recycles to the back of the pack at turn 4.
Both jammers fighting incredibly hard defensive structures. Don Juan breaks to the inside, getting lead jammer.
Shock Exchange working against Don Juan, doing a great job of keeping him in the pack.
Jonathan getting out, Don Juan calling it immediately.
Looks like a forearm is being issued out to B. Schurz. For those listening at home, Bridgetown Menace is in the purple. New York Stock Exchange in the white.
Stock Exchange putting Kembo Slice up on the jammer line.
Stock Exchange at the front, holding back Bridgetown's jammer, who is Shreddy Mercury. Number 14, Mullen Brando, sent to the penalty box for Shock. And Shreddy Mercury is lead jammer for Bridgetown Menace. Only 4 blockers on the track, 1 for Shock.
Shreddy making a nice quick jump, calling it off. Shreddy Mercury with 4 points for that pass. Kembo with 3.
New York Stock Exchange with 28, Bridgetown Menace with 27.
Next up on the line for Bridgetown is Munster up against Stankus for Stock Exchange. Munster quickly making work of that pack and getting lead jammer.
Stankus stuck behind the pack. Bridgetown's not making it easy for him to get through, as number 99, Defensive Destroyer, knocks him out of bounds.
Stankus stashing it, getting through his initial, and then Bridgetown calls it. 10-0 Bridgetown for that jam. Bridgetown's putting Don Juan back on the line. Harm's way by Stock Exchange.
Bridgetown with the blocker advantage. Don Juan's skates went out of bounds on the outside, and he jumped back to the blocker that knocked him out, causing him a cut track, which gives Stock Exchange a power jam. Huge hit by number 12, Tommy Gunn, on the pivot of Shock.
Jonathan R. getting knocked to the outside, recycled almost 2 turns back.
Malcolm Sex with a great hit.
And he finally gets out, but he is not lead. Don Juan's out and fighting towards the inside.
Jukes block hero knocks number 6 to the outside. And then Tommy Gunn knocks him off to the inside. Jonathan R. jamming for Shock. Number 42, Jeffrey, knocks Don Juan out of bounds. Then gets called for a penalty.
Jonathan R. doing an apex jump, getting all 5 points. Don Juan also getting out, getting 4 more points for Bridgetown.
Number 6 getting called for a skating out of bounds. He did not make any contact with a skater. Jonathan R. sent to the penalty box.
Don Juan now with a power jam. And the jam goes to its natural conclusion and ends. That jam was 8-7 Bridgetown. Bridgetown sitting over Shock Exchange 45-35 in this bout. I hate using cliches like it's anybody's game, but it's pretty close.
Shreddy Mercury jamming for Bridgetown on the power start. Bridgetown has the blocker advantage.
Shreddy Mercury getting lead jammer. Still have a little bit more time on this power jam.
Bridgetown knocking Shock Exchange to the inside. Shreddy Mercury heads to the outside, gets through the pack, picks up 5 points.
Shreddy Mercury getting knocked to the outside, getting recycled. It's now a contest of recycling with Jonathan R. as well.
Both jammers politely being escorted around the outside, recycling to the back of the pack. All the skaters group to the inside.
Bridgetown doing a 3-wall.
Back block called on number 99, defensive destroyer for Bridgetown.
Jonathan R. getting hit to the inside, getting recycled back, coming back around.
Clockwise block called on number 20, Abe Drinkin. Oh no, he's being called back onto the track. What? I don't know.
It appeared that the star pass was successful right before that clockwise penalty.
Bridgetown's jammer knocked to the inside, calls the jam, picks up 3 points. There's a timeout called by the New York Shock Exchange.
Everything all right,
Rod? HB&M Marketing Communications, proficiency in working with today's evolving dynamic media, and a synergistic understanding of business-to-business, consumer, and healthcare marketing are just the starting points of what HB&M has to offer the clients. Visit their website at hbmadv.com, located at 520 South Front Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19147.
I'd like to thank another of PJRD Hooligans sponsors, Gino Steaks. Try their steak Milano, cheesesteak with fried tomatoes and oregano. Open 24/7, 1219 South 9th Street in Philly.
That last jam for Bridgetown Menace was a 13-0 run. Score is Bridgetown Menace 58, New York Shock Exchange with 35.
Munster out there on the line for a power start.
Official timeout being called.
All right, starting back up. Munster taking that line, coming to the inside, getting lead for the power jam. Both teams lining up in the usual formations.
Shock exchange block. Braced up for Munster. Munster gets knocked on the inside.
Both teams holding both jammers.
Cosmo Damage comes in to disrupt the shock exchange link that they have going against Munster, but it was unsuccessful.
We've got a strung out defensive pack here. Munster getting through with 5 points.
Demolition Man sent to the penalty box.
Looked like a back block signal given.
Number 20, Abe Drinking, stuck in the back of Bridgetown.
Got slow, strong, technical derby going on.
Munster settling his team down. A Shock's jammer. B. Schurz came to the pack. Bridgetown shuts down the jam.
Quick discussion about points, and B. Schurz got 0 points for that jam before it was called. Eldorado and Kembo Slice on the line.
Shock exchange with the blocker advantage. Shock exchange knocking Bridgetown blockers out of the way.
And Kembo getting lead jam.
Lots of skaters falling down as they go around the track. Kembo Slice recycled back to turn 3. Kembo Slice tiptoeing around the outside, gets through the pack, picks up 5 points for Shock.
Jukebox Hero getting the hit to the inside. Automatic jockeying with him.
Oh, successful apex jump. Defensive Destroyer was coming out to destroy Kembo Slice, but he jumps over the apex and delivers with a 10-point jam.
Got a timeout for Bridgetown.
808 Roller Skates is an independent skate shop owned and operated by Hijinks of Jersey Boys Roller Derby and Team Finland Men's Roller Derby. 808 Roller Skate has been in business since 2010, serving local and national skaters in person and by way of their website, www.808rollerskate.com.
Reminder for all of you in the venue, we have a raffle going on. Mullen Munster's walking around doing a 50-50 cash prize. The 50-50 will be picked up and drawn at around 3 o'clock. Also, reminder that concessions are on sale behind the announcer booth. Ice cream, pretzels available for sale. All sorts of stuff.
And Mullen Munster is walking around to sell you 50-50. Oh, yeah. Okay, you did that one. Okay, good. Nice job, Shreddy Mercury, avoiding a hit, jumping to become lead jammer.
Jonathan Arv jockeying with most of that Bridgetown line. Finally getting out.
Shreddy Mercury gets around at turn 2 and calls the jam, picking up 3 points.
Just a little less than 8 minutes left in this period.
Bridgetown with a 35-point lead. No, make that 25-point lead.
I'm not going to judge you. Math is hard.
I left my calculator at home.
Don Juan up against Kembo Slice on that line. Kembo knocking that foremost out of the way, getting lead jammer. Don Juan making it safely through the track as well.
Little pile up between turns 1 and 2 on the inside. Official review being called by New York Stock Exchange. After party is located at the at PJRD's sponsor, Gunners Run. It's at the Schmitz Commons, 1001 North 2nd Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19123. There's a brick-walled bar with pub grub, craft beers, cocktails made with house-made infusions, and a courtyard located in the piazza. Vegetarians and vegans can accompany their meat-eating friends to this casual spot, named for the natural creek that originally bordered the neighborhood.
And a reminder for that after party, Gunners Run does share some of the proceeds to Penn Jersey Roller Derby. So join us there.
And please partake in the concession stand located behind the announcer's booth between the bank track and the merch counter, where chips, snacks, candy, soda, and water, ice cream, and pretzels all available for sale. Pizza free sale tickets are available from 12 to 3. The pizza will arrive at 4 p.m. where you can purchase a slice of pizza for $3 or 2 for $5.
It's good because then you're preparing for dinner.
Yes, and you got to hope that you don't change your mind as it's arriving.
Why would you change your mind? It's pizza.
I don't know.
All right, it looks like the officials are done deliberating. And maybe we might even find out what's happening.
We're just going to have to speculate if we're not told.
It would appear that Stock Exchange was requesting a cut track call on Bridgetown's jammer. The officials decided to upheld the no call.
Number 311, Automatic, is jamming for New York Stock Exchange, while number 82, Munster, is jamming for Bridgetown, who has become lead jammer. 357, Demolition Man knocks Automatic out of bounds. Demolition Man going to the penalty box for a multiplayer block.
Otter taking that outside line. Finally getting out and around. Munster calling it. Getting his 5 points for that jam.
Bridgetown Menace with 75 points. New York Stock Exchange with 48.
Don Juan and Stankus both up on the line.
Bridgetown doing a tripod at the pivot line. Number 20, Wyatt, comes up to knock that tripod out. That was number 17, Austin, knocking Stankus to the inside. Don Juan is lead jammer.
Abe Drigga getting called on an out-of-play penalty. Don Juan taken to the outside. Coming back around.
Stock Exchange doing great recycle work against Don Juan, but I don't care, Bear comes out of the pack to get Don Juan, but Don Juan picks up 4 points. Yes.
Stock Exchange had a great star pass to Beshers, but Don Juan saw him coming around.
Make that 5 points for Don Juan.
Jonathan R. up against Shreddy Mercury. Jonathan R. toe stopping that outside line, getting lead jammer.
Shreddy Mercury knocked to the inside, coming back between turns 4 and 1.
Bridgetown recycling John R. back.
Shreddy Mercury getting hit on all way through the pack.
Sammy Dangerfield being called on an out-of-play penalty, letting Shreddy Mercury out and back around. Jonathan R. calling it off, seeing him coming up.
Official review being called by Bridgetown Menace. The last time these two teams faced off, Shock Exchange came out with the win at 157 to 111. Number 82, Munster jamming for Bridgetown Menace on the power start. Bridgetown Menace. Munster at the front of the pack, gets through. Number 35, Be Sure, sent to the penalty box. Munster is lead jammer. Munster is through the pack, gets 5 points. 2 blockers, now 3 blockers on the track for Shock Exchange.
Jonathan R. back out.
Defensive destroyer clearing out some room so Munster can get through, picks up 5. Shock Exchange recycles to the front of the pack. Munster sent out of bounds by Malcolm Sex of Shock. Back block called on Abe Drinkin. "14-point jam for Bridgetown. Munster scores 14 to give them 94-52 lead.
So the official review was about a skating out of bounds penalty that Bridgetown wanted against Jonathan R. The officials reviewed it, and they decided to issue the penalty, starting off with that power jam and the preceding jam. Kembo Slice is up on the line with Don Juan. Both jammers getting knocked to the outside, recycled back.
Kembo Slice sent out of bounds, recycled to turn 4.
Don Juan with the lead jammer.
Kembo Slice once again sent out of bounds. Don Juan gets taken down by number 14, Mullen Brando, who graciously helps Don Juan off the track. We are at halftime where Bridgetown Menace is up 94-52.
Little less than 15 minutes, and we will start with period 2. We wanted to call out and thank our officials for this game. Skating officials, head ref Professor Murder, Inside Pack Ref, Mistrial. Jam Refs, Scissors and Punk U. OPRs, Push Up Zebra, Trickster, and Whistle Blokey. Alt referee is Refavisen. Our NSOs today are Frau Blucher, Goldie Gloves, Northern Discomfort, Down in Jersey, Ruby Bruise Day, Lady Charmelade, Ginger Shred, Beer Kitty Kitty, Dr. Brew, Jones, and Toxic Narcotic. Thank you to all of our officials.
And buy some 50-50 tickets from Mullen Munster walking around. Go to the concession stand to get some chips, snacks, candy, soda, and water, ice cream, and pretzels. And buy some pizza tickets that are being sold from 12 to 3. $3 for a slice, 2 for $5.
Not 5 for 2, because that wouldn't make any sense.
In my head, it might make sense.
More pizza equals more better, yes.
And go to the merchandise table for Penn Jersey roller derby gear, ranging from stickers to sunglasses to T-shirts. Hooligans and She-Devil merchandise is now available.
We will be back in 13 and a half minutes to start the next jam.